My name is Melissa Trimmer. I'm the corporate executive chef here at Dawn Foods. Today we're making wildflower sugar cookies. These sugar cookies have been made using R&H cream cake base. For the full recipe, please visit dawnfoods.com. I've mixed it, cooled it down, and sheeted to 4 millimeters. Right now, I've got cold dough. In front of me, you'll see a selection of edible flowers and herbs. You can purchase these from your produce supplier. I have egg whites that have been mixed with a little bit of water and citric acid, as well as some granulated sugar. Other things on my station are round cutters, some brushes for the egg whites, tweezers, which you'll see I'll need later, and a little PVC paper. If you don't have PVC paper, you can certainly use parchment. It's important to use a fondant-style rolling pin that's all the way across. The final piece of equipment is a spatula. I use that to move the dough around. Before I get started, I'm going to take and brush my whole piece of dough here with my egg whites. We brush with egg whites so that the product sticks to it nicely and doesn't get too brown in the oven. Next, we'll use our cutter to kind of give us a little guide where each cookie will live. After that, the flours go on. So I'm going to take this flour, kind of push it out and push it into the dough where I'd like it and kind of tap it down. Next, I'll place the next one in. And again, you can see how I'm pressing it outwards. You can use edible flowers or edible herbs. I'm using flat leaf parsley because I think it's really pretty, but you could use whatever you like. Got lavender here, for example, which is really nice. I'm gonna curve it first and then lightly press into the dough after it's curved. And I do that so that it stays in my design. Press it down, and now we've got a pretty little lavender design. Borage blossoms are easily my favorite. That's these little friends right here. They do take a moment to press down, so I'm going to use some tweezers to help. If you don't want to use the tweezers, if that feels like too much for you, that's okay. You just won't get that perfect flower, but you'll still see it. I like to do 3 borage blossoms for each cookie. Now, I'm going to stop there because you can see how to do these. Before I move on, I then brush the tops with those egg whites again. So you can be liberal because you want the egg whites to coat the flour. For these flowers, move in the same direction as the petal. So notice how I move from the inside out. For delicate flowers like borage blossoms, please feel free to switch to a more delicate brush. And you can see again how I'm going in line with the petals. Once the flowers have been brushed, now it's time for the PVC paper. This is the same material cake colors are made out of. I'm just using it in a half sheet. I'm going to place this over the top. Then I'm going to take my dowel and I'm going to even everything up. And what's going to happen is my flowers are going to compress into the dough, and I'm going to keep it all the same thickness. You can see my lavender needs a little attention right here. I'm using the other side of my dough as a good litmus test as to how hard I should be pressing. We remove the paper, then we sugar. Don't go too thick with the sugar because you want to see your pretty flowers, but this sugar helps them keep their color in the oven. And now we cut. Press down and twist. If it pops up with you, that's okay. Just lift it up, tap it down right there. For the ones that didn't, that's where your spatula comes into play. Dough scraps can be re-rolled, so that's nice and easy. Once they're punched, you're going to place them in the freezer for about 10 minutes. This is just to firm the dough up again so that we don't have any spread in the oven. The most important step of this process is the bake. They need to bake nice and low so that the cookies and the flowers don't get too brown. Bake between 250 and 275 degrees, depending if you have a convection or non-convection oven. Bake long and low, just until they're starting to become golden brown around the edges, then remove them. After that, cool and serve. They'll last for days in your case. You can see how gorgeous these cookies turn out. The fresh versus the baked, I think the baked looks better. For more cream cake inspiration, visit us at dawnfoods.com.